for Joe and Zaz's biofeedback systems.
Can you replace the original cable there?
And on day 8, with Mike mounting cameras on the cars, all 4 prototypers are finally in the same place, testing their components together.
Sweet. So it totally works.
And by day 9, 1 day before the event, Zaz's code is ready for one more test. Since they've already proved that the thought-controlled headset can move a physical object with the spoon-bending test, Joe and Zaz are now upping the ante, using the mind-powered headset to control a car's transmission.
So now we're going to do this last single-person biofeedback test before we do final integration. This one will be the emotive headset and control of the real car. First, when I focus on pushing the cube, just like the good old spoon-bending test, it's going to push that car into drive and start its wheels going. But then, it's also going to be measuring my calmness level, and if I'm agitated, it's going to throw that car back into neutral and I won't be able to go forward. All right, Terry, start it up. When I focus hard and make that cube move forward, it should go into drive, so you should see those wheels spin.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's actually, it's amazing to watch that. That is the weirdest thing to see you go and then the car start moving.
Zaz is actually controlling the car's function with his thoughts. There's nothing else going on. He's just thinking, and the car is moving from neutral to drive.
It was something I had never seen before. To actually imagine moving something and have something physically move.
Okay, so now it's driving forward, but if I get angry, it'll throw it back into neutral.
So we have to get you
Joe's
angry.
going to try and make me angry with the shotgun.
Okay, go ahead.
Finally, my revenge.
And it stopped!
I was able to push that car into drive gear, but then when Joe was giving me electric shocks, it made me angry enough that the car threw itself back into neutral.
It was the one final shock.
They've used the thought-controlled headset to put a car into drive when the driver is calm and stop a car when the driver goes aggro and loses focus. But the one thing the guys have yet to do is make sure all 4 cars work at once.
We've never actually had all the 4 transmitters for the different pods on at once. We've never had all 4 emotive headsets. We've never had all 4 radio control modules turned on at once. We've never had all 4 cars turned on at once. So we don't know what's going to happen at all.
Once they put everything together and plugged it all in, the whole system went belly up.
Hang on for a sec.
Okay.
We were trying to get all 4 radios to communicate with Zaz's computer to control the cars all at once, and it doesn't work.
Let me just try something else. Worst case scenario. With the hardware that we have, these cars are not drivable, all 4 at once. We can drive 1 at a time, but not all 4. It's kind of a boring demolition derby if it's just one person driving.
The problem is just related to the fact that this device was never intended to have multiple of itself plugged into one computer.
Now, less than 24 hours before the vehicles get towed to the track, our road rage-proof car has reached an impasse. Zaz's computer is able to run one cockpit, but when all 4 are connected, the signals conflict, and none of the controls work. Mike rushes into the warehouse with a possible solution: 4 new PCs, 1 for each vehicle. But even then, there's still a problem with the code.
The moon will be well up in the sky by the time we get finished tonight.
As the moon rises, the success of the build rests on Zaz's shoulders. If he can't get the 4 cockpits running together, there will be no derby tomorrow.
I'm the kind of person that works best late at night, so as this is like an old friend to me when the sunlight has gone.
With no solution in sight, Zaz's programming prowess might have met its match.
The power keeps going out on this one.
Yeah, mine too.
It's kind of sullen in here. It's late. We're going to be here all night. We will see the sunrise, and right now it's looking very dark.
Coming up, in the 11th hour, will our prototype succeed?
We're sort of going into this by the seat of our pants.
Find out next. The inventors of Prototype This have spent the last 10 days attempting to build the world's first road rage-proof car. one that will prevent accidents by slowing down when a driver becomes angry on the road, and in future versions, even shutting off the engine until the angry driver calms down. Today is the day of the final test, a demolition derby where avoiding road rage will be impossible. But as day 9 becomes day 10, all 4 control cockpits are still not working. Zaza's custom-built computer program worked perfectly when controlling 1 car, but adding 3 more cars to the mix was more than the program could handle, and now none of the vehicles can be controlled.
My computer is also about to crash.
The video's going out too.
Like a student with a deadline, Zaz works throughout the night. He types code, new code, and more new code. And then, just before 3 a.m., he thinks he's cracked it. Integrating Mike's car cameras into the system caused a conflict in the code.
We think we solved the problem, we're not sure. He's smiling, so that's a good sign.
I'm pretty confident. I think it's going to work this time. We're not going to have the hardware problems that we had before.
He added in a different value on one of the channels to support Mr. Mike North's servo motor on top of the cars.
It's my fault.
We think that value is what was causing these radios to just freak out.
Gentlemen, to your cockpits.
And with one last chance for success, each driver gets behind the wheel.
Oh, yeah.
The systems are switched on.
All right, Joe, activate the cars.
And in the 11th hour, all 4 cars finally work. It's another triumph for the Wizard of Zaz's coding magic. And with all 4 cars and cockpits finally up and running, they're off to the races. It's game day, and time to put our road rage-proof cars on the derby track.
Well, we finally made it out to the racetrack. There's still a couple of things that we're not 100% sure about. However, this is our deadline. We're going to get in. We're going to give it our best shot.
We're going to have to set up all of our special cockpits, make sure the remote controls are fully tested and working. I'm a little bit worried about this chain link fencing. Our wireless cameras, wireless transmitters, they really don't like having to go through a lot of metal.
All right, the pods are ready to go. It's going to be really cool. We got this great stadium, we got all these lights, we got this audience coming. I think they're going to be really pumped up.
We like to use interesting solutions to problems. And we have this huge stadium set up here for the Demolition Derby, but we only know like 20 real people. So we called this place Crowd in the Box. They have these inflatable people, so now we can feel really special, like there's all these people that actually want to watch us.
As day turns to night, all the equipment is set up, but there's a fight the team can't win. Battling the elements. The crowd is mildly deflated by this rainy development, but they decide to stick it out.
Downpours and electronics do not mix.
But what comes down must eventually let up. The plastic is pulled away, and the drivers are anxious to do some damage.
Well, at least it stopped raining now, and we're getting all the video feeds. The transmitters are working, so it looks like this is our shot at it, and we just got to go for it right now.
The players get fitted with their biofeedback sensors and mind control headsets. The guys are feeling calm, looking good, and they're ready to rock.
Looks like we'll have a demolition derby on our hands.
But just as it seems all systems are go, Joe's junker overheats. And the engine on Terry's wagon just won't start.
I got nothing. All right.
Joe's is a quick fix, but Terry's is a bigger problem.
Transmitter battery.
His station wagon is dead, and his control system isn't responding.
What is going on over there?
We had kind of a severe technical issue. I don't know if it's a wireless or radio transmission issue, so I'm going to pull the plug on my car. We have to do this competition, but I'm not going to put anybody at risk with having that one in there.
Poor Terry. And this demolition derby test was his idea. So with our 3 remaining players ready in their cockpits, the derby is about to begin. It's biofeedback versus road rage, where the goal will be to stay calm to keep your car at peak performance. Will our prototype cars slow down and even shut off if their drivers get a little too hot under the collar? And with 3 of the 4 cars operational, our demolition derby test is finally underway. The competitors start off slow and cautious as they settle in, using the thought control headsets to concentrate and get their cars in gear. Once they do, Zaz has no problem staying calm to keep his car in drive, and his road warrior delivers the first hit. But Joe can't calm himself enough to let the thought-controlled headset get his car going.
It took a lot of energy to actually force myself to just relax and calm down.
So Zaz and Mike turn on each other. But as soon as they collide, they both go aggro. And just as expected, the road rage-proof cars shut off completely.
Why am I in neutral? Oh, you know, because I'm aggravated. Okay, I've got to calm down.
I couldn't even go anywhere. I was like trying to calm down.
By the time Dr. Mike regains control, Joe's clown car has allowed him to get into gear, and he's set to be the filling in a PhD sandwich.
My car just went completely into neutral, so I couldn't do anything.
And then all bets are off. The drivers find their composure, and their vehicles find their marks. But who will be calm under pressure?
Once we started hitting, it was just full on. You just had to stop and try and calm down every so often just to get back in the game. I could definitely see the biofeedback systems having an effect on my car's performance.
This is so crazy.
You have to remember, oh, you know, I'm here to manage my anger, not to just bash into cars.
Smelling victory, Zaz calms himself and focuses, allowing his road rage-proof black sedan to speed full steam ahead, straight into Mike's blue Bomber. But it's not a knockout blow.
We just had to not get too aggressive against the other players, focus, calm down, and smash him.
Zaz's punishing hit gets the pair tangled up, leaving both spinning their wheels, unable to get out of the mess, and angering both of them.
I'm the only car that can move!
With their biofeedback putting a stranglehold on their acceleration, Zaz and Mike are sitting ducks.
When my car got locked into Mike North, I couldn't shake it loose.
So Joe goes in for the kill, calming himself enough to send his clown car in for its final crushing attacks. Terry has seen enough, and he mercifully calls the match.
Winner, Joe!
And while Joe has declared the winner of the Derby, the road rage-proof car is a triumph for all the prototypers.
This whole night has been just completely amazing.
It worked. I mean, it truly worked. This is a totally new concept that we've come out and demonstrated. And we wanted to demonstrate it, and we did it quickly.
It's even possible in the future that cars would incorporate this sort of system. So if the driver's getting too agitated, too angry, or maybe the car could just automatically pull off the side of the road and park in a safe spot until they calm down and they're allowed to go again.
With the world's first road rage-proof car officially prototyped, the team takes a celebratory minute to soak it all in. And it's now up to big business to develop and market the vehicle, hopefully ensuring that one day road rage will be a thing of the past. With the Demolition Derby test a smashing success, all our guys have left to do is put their crowd back in the box.